So how do you get to a point where you can create a digital immune system, a corporate immune system, something in which these we have the helper technologies? I'm calling it CAS. I'm calling it endpoint protection, that would be best suit a business, a medium, small, large, to create more automation and threat detection in 0 days. You want to take a stab at that, James?
Sure. I mean, one of the things that we want to look at is, well, let's just take the example of business email compromise attacks. They can happen in a large number of ways. The reason I liken that to the human immune system is your human body has lots of sensors everywhere. You know, your brain gets to play with your hearing, your eyes, your smell, your taste. And when we're talking about an account compromise, to me, we need that same impact. And so if we relate that to cloud app security, that's the ability to look at that attack protection, but reach out and say, okay, what's happening in Gmail at the same time as what's happening in Microsoft at the same time as what's happening in Salesforce. Mm-hmm. And what we do there is really broaden our sensor layer so that we can detect something bad sooner rather than later. You know, if we're down to one sense in terms of if all we have is sight, then we never hear the bus coming from behind us, right? And so we want to make sure that from a security aspect, we get that same censoring in terms of not just the antivirus and the APIs attaching to scan the files, but also to get the who's trying to come in. Why is my Salesforce being hit from Uzbekistan, but my email's being hit from Maryland, and then Gmail's being hit from California? All of those should be pulled together. And so to me, that's one of the things that helps us react to that in that human immune system way, is to be able to say, okay, based on what I can see, hear, and smell, here's what we need to do. And here's an account that we need to turn off, because they might just be in Gmail right now, but if they're in there, they're probably going to get into the next one. So let's turn that off sooner rather than later. So kind of a preemptive and proactive attacks and blocking is how I would phrase that.
Thanks, James. Shannon, what do you think?
No, I think James is spot on. One of the things too that's important, and James hit the nail on the head, right, is you have, in many cases, you have people using different SaaS apps now, right? So if you're an administrator, are you managing those? Typically, you're managing them independently. So you have a singular view as to what's going on into each environment. One of the things that Cloud App Security does is it brings all of those together, so we can actually correlate all of your login activities across your SaaS apps that you're protecting and give you that view, as well as a consolidated threat view, which is great. And I, you know, having come from a central management background many years, it's critical for administrators to have a view across the plane instead of just a single siloed view. So they get that big picture, and we can do that correlation for them. You know, one of the things that's great about the SonicWall products is most of our products share our capture security appliance and RTDMI protection, right? So our sandboxing technology. So if a new threat is picked up on the firewall side or the internal network side, that information is shared with the other products, so that they are also aware and in tune that this is a new threat, and they've got the protection they need for those.